Now that there is fun. Semi-automatic action with the Leshiy 2. Hi everybody, Joe Brancato, the Airgun Scientist, here in the Skunk Works lab. And today, we're going to get a Leshiy 2 and change the barrel from either 250mm or 350mm to 450mm with the new shroud. In order to do this, when you buy the parts, you'll get the following. You'll get the barrel, you'll get a shroud, you'll get an adapter to mount the shroud, 2 screws or cap screws to mount that, and 4 cap screws to mount this to that. So we're going to show you how to do that right now. Tools needed, a 3mm and a 4mm Allen wrench. Okay, so first things first. Let's make sure the gun's not loaded because it could be, right? And you know what, while we're here, why don't we just take the barrel and the whole action off. So we're going to pull this back, disassemble the gun. Now you have 2 halves, okay? And that makes it that much easier. Now, we're going to remove the shroud. The 3mm wrench goes right in there. Just thought I'd show that to you. And that has basically an extended screw that goes all the way back into here. So it's a kind of long screw. All right. And then there we go. This one's a little tighter. All right, then you take that one out. And there you are. Now this shroud comes right off. And you can see how much of that barrel is shrouded. Okay, that's a 250. Okay, that's a short barrel, 250mm, that's about 10 inches. And then this is 450, that'd be another 8 inches longer, if I do have my math right. Okay, so, except I got it backwards. Okay, so it's gonna be that much longer, and we're gonna use this handguard instead. So first things first, we took off the shroud, put that to the left. So the first thing you need to do, you'll notice on the Leshiy, there's these 4 screws. We need a 3mm Allen for that. You put that in there. You don't have to take them out all the way, you just gotta loosen them, okay? And these don't have to be what I used to say, gorilla tight when I was a kid, okay? When I was a kid and I worked on my Jeeps, I have Willys Jeeps, we used to say, turn it tight until you strip it and then back off a 1/4 turn. You don't want it that tight, okay? That's all gonna be edited out anyway, probably, so. Because my humor is not. No, Alex says. Okay, so. We're going to show to you how the barrel goes in and how the barrel comes out, okay? But the gist of it is, when you're pulling out the barrel, you have to pull this down, and there is and I'll show you on this, there's a break in this ring, okay? The 2 ends of this clip don't meet. That break in the ring has to line up with this piece right here. And what that means is, that's how you can get it out. Because if not, you're not going to get it out. So you got to rotate it until it's just right. Pull that down, and there you go. Okay? Now I can pull it right out. Conversely, when you replace the barrel, we need to have that clip's spacer, or that space in the clip, put in the same spot. All right? So we're going to get that barrel lined up. Now, just before you put it in, here's that ring up here. I'm going to move it down to right about, well, you can see it right there. Okay, and we're going to do a close-up of that. There, she goes right in. Now, you want that perfectly flush. You do not want any of the barrels sticking out like that, or you'll have indexing problems with your magazine. So all the way in, nice and tight. Make sure it's flat. Yep, that's flat. Now you get your 3mm, and you snug it back up. Now, after you snug up your 3mm Allens for the barrel to tighten that up and not let it move, the next thing we're going to do is put on the handguard. Prior to putting on the handguard, you got to put on the handguard adapter. Now, this is the handguard. This is the handguard adapter. Now, the adapter only goes on one way. And what I mean by that is up or down. And the reason for that is there's a different spacing from here to here versus from here to there. So all you do is you just get it on, you put it on this way, all right? And if it doesn't fit that way, which it doesn't in this case, then you just take it, flip it around 180, and now it goes on perfectly, all right? So it either goes on or it doesn't. Just turn it around, okay? Now, once you do that, you get your 2 cap screws. And that's where you need your 4mm, okay? And they just go right here. Okay, so start putting that in. And then after you get those in, that is what will hold your handguard from coming out. Okay. So you put those on with the 4mm Allen wrench. And it's nice. You either need a 3 or 4mm for most of the adjustments in this gun, which is quite a nice thing. All right. And then I'm going to just snug that other one back up again. Make sure she's nice and tight. There you go. And there you go. All right. Now, the handguard. Barrel's on. Properly indexed. Flushly mounted. I have to check that out. I might have checked that. Okay, now, which way does this go? Well, only one end has 4 screw holes here. Okay? So that's how you know that goes on first. And again, it only goes on one way if I'm not mistaken. It goes on either way. Okay, so here you have your 4, they're called button screws. And the difference between a button screw and a cap screw, a button screw is rounded off. Whereas a cap screw is kind of like squared off, button screw is kind of rounded off. And it's just more aesthetically pleasing on the outside. So 4 of those go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and obviously you tighten those up. And those are tightened with a 3mm again. So we're back to that 3mm guy. And here we go. I'll just put those in quickly for you girls and guys. Okay. Now, a couple other things we still have to do. We're not done yet. Now, this case, we're going from a 250mm to a 450mm in the same caliber. So the magazine doesn't have to be changed. But obviously, if you're going to change calibers as well, you would need to change your magazine. In this case, and that's all you do. There's no like probes or anything like on a lot of other guns where when you go from one caliber to another, you got to change a probe. That's quite convenient. Very, very convenient. So that's a big plus. All right. So that's on. Now, what else do we have to do? Well, let's take a look. Magazine still stays the same. We'll put that there. I'll show you though. Now that we have a longer barrel on, the gun will not close completely. Well, first, we'll put it back together for you guys and gals. Okay. Excuse me. Well, I don't know. Is that open? Is that closed? Yeah, I guess this is closed. Yeah, it's closed. It will close. It will function. It will operate. Everything you want to do, bang, 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 you can do it. What it won't do, though, at this point, till we install this, is it won't lock. Okay, and the reason for that, because I got to open it. How about that one, huh, folks? The reason for that is this handguard's a little bit wider than this handguard here. So you need a longer pin right here to catch on that thing. So it doesn't quite catch. So it won't stay open. All right, so what you do then is you replace that this part right here. Again, we're going to pull that out. Let you see which part we're talking about. This part right here, this silver part that sticks out, we're going to replace that with a slightly, and I mean slightly longer one. And you drive the pin out there, you pull it out, you push this in, put the pin back, and that's as simple as it is. So that's it. You've now got yourself a 450mm. Either in the same caliber or another one. It's that easy to change it. So we've seen how to replace the barrel and the shroud and the pin that allows the gun to fold close and stay closed. The next step would be to finish off the end of this barrel. And you can use either a doesnt FL or this brand, whichever one you want. We have anyway, but just screw that on there and this puppy is ready to go, ready to fire. There it is. Now, this is in comparison to the original 250 that we had, or similar. So that's what the 250 length was like, and that's the 450. Again, 200 millimeters, roughly 8 inches longer. with different suppressors though. A wonderful gun to shoot. I'm really enjoying depredating with these guns too. We're having a lot of fun. Anyway, this is Joe Brancato, the Airgun Scientist, saying take care, God bless, safe shooting. And please remember to like, follow, and subscribe to our channel. Take care and God bless.